All right, everyone, welcome back to the channel and thank you for tuning in to another video. Today we are looking here at the Nasdaq 100 futures. Okay, going to see if I can take a few entries. Today, the market's been kind of slow up until this point. We're still in the holiday mode right now. We have the New Year's holiday coming up. So, looking at the structure of the market the last few days, especially yesterday, we were breaking structure to the upside here. We had a push up and a high here, higher low, higher high, pull back, excuse me. And this was a demand area to take a opportunity to go long back up towards the highs of yesterday, okay? Broke slightly above here, pull back, made a lower high, and then broke up above again, okay? So I'm looking at to see what the possibilities are today to take some entries, okay? We're kind of getting a pullback right here, and this could be, the market could break higher and we could look for opportunity to go long. It's pulling down. It has broke through small area structures right here on the push down to the downside. So it made a low, lower high, broke structure down to the downside, made a low, lower high, broke structure to the downside. So it looks like it may be kind of aiming for lower areas, but be careful because this area right here is an area of support where the market could bounce from and then break higher. So you have to always be mindful of what's right below you or above you when trading. Okay, so let's take a look to see if it's going to possibly reject this area here and maybe break lower, or is it just going to kind of continue breaking higher and break and take out the high for today, which is sitting at 165. Now I'm looking at here is this area right here. This is a supply zone. I'll mark it right quick. Off the 60 range chart, the higher time frame, this area right here. The market, I'll show you. It broke right here, broke a bit of structure, pulled back, broke structure again. This is a aggressive area of selling, so it marks an area of supply resting above, in which the market could pull back to and reject. So I'm gonna wait to see if it's going to. Right now we're a little bit bearish right now with the break here and then a continuation of a break to the downside. So this will be a supply zone if we can retrace back to the area, and then I'll look down the lower time frame and see if we can get a setup to go short possibly. But we'll see what takes place with price action as it's moving back higher. All right, so now we are pushing higher here. As you can see, we're tapping into this supply zone here. I'm interested in seeing now what will take place now that we are with that red line and this blue box is aggressive selling. If we're going to now see some rejection on the lower time frame to possibly push lower. If not, it will break through it and push higher, and we'll get a breaker structure above at 166, and then maybe a pullback to go, some key area of demand. But right now we're going to focus on this supply area to see if we get any kind of setup or rejection to go short. All right, so here on the lower time frame chart, I'm looking to see maybe we'll get a pullback this area right here, and maybe I'll look to take a short off of the excuse me, the lower time frame chart to aim for low up there. Okay, this is just going to probably push. Okay, looking for a pullback for it to maybe run lower here. I'm not sure what's fueling the market right now, but it's kind of just wanting to push lower without any kind of pullback. So we'll see here. All right, so right now I'm short on this pullback. It didn't pull back to the supply zone right here on the lower time frame. As of yet, it tested this area of pretty much resistance, okay? So it's kind of a break here and a retest. So I'm looking for maybe the market to push lower and test around the 18, 17 and a half. It could take out this low right here as well, down here at the bottom. So I'm going to hold this trade here. I was hoping for it to pull back, but it started rejecting when it got back to this area. And I talk about breaking retests and taking trades at either an area of support and resistance. I tend not to trade those type areas quite often, or if I do, it's far few in in between not many at all. But I saw it pull back, and it really broke through this area real hard to the downside. And I don't know if we're going to get that pullback to this area right here where the red line is at, which is supply on the lower time frame. But it pulled back to this key area, broke, retested, resistance area. So I'm hoping that it's going to continue pushing lower. If we don't here, then I'm going to close the trade out. That's what I'm trying to say. Probably should have done it right here. Let's see. Let's see if we continue pushing lower here. Come on. Come on. Come on. See, sometimes we don't get that pullback to that key area of supply right there. So, and it could come back to this area. You just got to be careful when it does, though. Pay close attention to price action and see what happens. All right, so see, this is where you got to make a decision at. Do you want to hold the trade, or do you want to close it out because we're close to my TP area? Come on, it should continue pushing lower here. May close it if it breaks above here. Being careful because I'm taking this trade off of the area of resistance, not the area of supply. So I trade supply and demand, and this is just one of those days to where I'm taking a shot, trading a break and retest pretty much. All right, I'm closing out right here. Okay, so quick little scalp there. All right, let's see now where we're going to go. Did it come down to? Yeah, see, it would have filled me right there. All right, so let's see how far it's going to run down now. So I was looking for it. It came back and tapped into the supply zone on the higher time frame. I mentioned that. We got a break here, pull back, break a structure lower, pulls back, it taps into this. So this was a break and a retest right here. This would have been the supply zone on the lower time frame. I'll draw that as well, but it never came back to it. It came up here at the break in here, pulling back, testing this area, close below, and took a shot to go short. Now I got a little fearful here when it broke the candle right here, broke below, and then it came back and broke above right here. That typically I don't want to see, especially when we have a bearish candle close below the last bullish candle to the upside. When it closed here, and then it turned back around after that bearish candle closed below that candle, that green bullish candle, the market came back around. Instead of pushing lower, it immediately pushed back up and closed back above that bearish candle. So, most times like something like that, I would probably get out because it's kind of a sign that they possibly may want to, push a little higher. But I went ahead and held the trade. Had it closed with another candle above, I would have got out. Simple as that. But all they did was pull back, try to scare traders out to push the market lower. So I'm interested in seeing how low it's going to go. It's going to break the low here. I have to be careful here because, it just hit this area of support right here, bounced off of it and pushed higher. So, it may, well, I'm not going to speak on it, but it's definitely filling in these areas of imbalances. So the market is kind of correcting itself on the rejection off of the supply zone. It's coming down here and filling these, areas of imbalances. So if you can't really see that, pull this lower. What am I looking for? Just a simple line. This candle here closed up. This one closed above it. So from here, the bottom end of that third candle to the top end of that first candle, there's an area of an imbalance right there. The market has to correct itself right there. Okay, and then you have the candle close here. This one closed, third candle. So from here, pretty much to the top of this candle as well, the market has to come back and fill that imbalanced area there as well. So, you know, there's an imbalance resting here, an imbalance resting right here, and the market's always going to correct itself to fill those areas in. Maybe not immediately, but it's going to at some point. So you have to be also mindful when you get the rejection, as we did off of the supply area. The only thing we didn't get was the pullback to the supply on the lower time frame. So I just took a shot off a break and retest, pretty much market pulling back to this key area of resistance right here, and went short. Now, again, like I said, I normally don't trade those type of setups, but not getting too many opportunities right now, because the market's just not swinging and moving as much as it's been. Of course, because of the holidays. I mean, I mentioned that after January, or getting into January, things will change. Volume will step back up. We'll get a lot more volume in the markets. So, but right now, we'll just see what happens. Now we got another break to the downside here. Okay, so let's see. So let's see what takes place. Okay, this was a supply area right here. Market rejected it. Would have been short right here. This was a area of supply off of the lower time frame. I think it's going to break lower, to be honest with you. I'm going to take a shot going long. Going short here. It's running without me. Come on, pull back. Yeah, it's probably going to come down here and break the lows. All right, let me cancel this out. So maybe it will test this area here. Got another break of structure to the downside here. So we got a break here, pull back to this key area resistance, pull back to supply here, and maybe this will be a pullback to this area of supply off of the lower time frame as well. You know, it's aiming for the lows right here so far. All right, so I'm aiming for a short below here for the market to possibly run the low here. So I'm gonna put my first contract right there, and then a second one down below here. Let's see if it let's see. Let's see if it's gonna run lower here. Well, let's see. The trader is right here at the break. Right here, it's 121.25. Should come on down, hopefully. Yeah, I don't like this. It should break this area, but it's kind of bouncing back and forth here. Yeah. I'm gonna take out. Not sure what he's trying to do right here. It's at this high volume area too. I don't really like that. And there it goes. See, I was right. That was a short entry. Yeah, took the low right here. So I was correct in that trade. It was just playing around this high volume area. I didn't like that. So if it doesn't move fast enough, I'll go ahead and get out my trade. No sense of staying in it when it's kind of just bouncing back and forth. All right, so let's see what is it? It's aiming to take this low out here. It looks like. So this was, again, this was a what am I trying to say? Supply area right here. Take a short from. Get the rejection, break, go short. It runs the low right here. Does pull back, so we make a pullback supply broke structure right here. Okay, and then it pulls back right here. Small area of supply resting right here. Pulls back. It wicks right above that area. Okay, doesn't close. and then turns back around, break the candle, go short again. So this right here, actually that's a tested area of supply right there. So I'm not sure if it will. There's a small imbalance there. So if the market's going to kind of come back, fill that area, reject it, and it may push lower. We'll see. But I'm going to be very mindful because it is a tested area, making it low probability for me. But yeah, we never got that tap into that supply area right here. When the market turned back around, broke here, made a low, lower high, broke structure right here, pull back, break and retest here at resistance, saw the rejection, I went short. Now typically when you see a break and retest like that, I don't like to talk about those types of setups because I don't really trade them, to be honest with you. Maybe 1 or 2% of the time if I get a good, see a good signal or rejection. So it rejected here, it came back, rejected it again where it didn't want to push higher. So this was rejection on the second test. It broke lower. But again, I don't like to talk about those type setups because that's not primarily how I trade. But I did take it because I saw the rejection, and I saw that the market was on the higher time frame breaking structure to the downside here. So I waited for the pullback. I was hoping for this area here, but it never pulled back to it. So let's see what happens right here. Be interesting. Let's see. All right, so we broke. Let's see what this trade here is going to give me. See if it plays out. I'm just taking a quick scalp, guys. So, quick scalp, rejection. Hopefully it fills my, hopefully I get hit here, my TP does, on both contracts below. So let's see. Come on. Come on. I'm going to feel this area of imbalance right here. Come on. What is it doing? Let's see if it's going to fill it. Look at that. Like, what is that? 1 tick away, 2 ticks away. Oh, gracious. Come on. Push lower. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. There we go, there we go. One tick, one tick. Look at there. 1 tick. There we go. First contract's filled. And second contract's filled. Good, good, good. All right, so I mentioned this area right here. It's a tested, it's a lower probability supply area because when it broke low right here, this candle broke below this last up candle right here. This next candle, I believe it came back to the tick. Let's see. Yeah, right here. The next bearish candle, the wick of it came back and filled that gap or void back there. But still, we have an imbalance resting inside the zone. Talk about that in many videos. Okay. So go back and watch some of the videos. Pulls back, get the rejection at supply here, and take it back down to the low. So picked up a few points there. Just scalping off the 12 range chart. Now be careful because we are at the low right here, okay, of this swing to the downside. Market pull back. We're at the low right here, so be careful because the market could do what it wants to do at a low. We may break it, okay, and we probably will break it. And looking at the market right now, but be careful because we are at the low, and we do have a round number, which is 17,100 right below it. All right, so I'm going to call it a day. The market is kind of just moving stagnant sideways right now. I mentioned we did break some structure to the downside here, pull back supply right here. That was a nice short you could have got into. And looking and finding a level or a zone off of the supply zone off of the lower time frame chart to take it from back to the downside here. But it's going to be interesting to see if we continue to break structure to the downside, and if so, then we can look for pullbacks to go short. Now, if we turn back around for any reason and then we break structure back to the upside, I mentioned earlier, then we want to look for a pullback to some key area demand to go long. Okay, so just kind of follow the structure of the market, you know, pushing up, pulling back, pushing higher, you know, pulling back. This was demand right here, breaking higher. This was a demand area. It kind of broke through it though, and then it moved to the upside, broke structure here to the upside. Aggressive buying here. This is a area of demand right here, but it's a tested area, low probability area of demand in this zone here. But you do have, let's see, small area of imbalance resting right here in which the market can test. So it can pull to this area and reject it. But be careful, because and mindful, if it does test this area here, you could possibly have, you know, definitely an area of, well, you're going to have resistance above, but you're going to have possibly an area of supply that could be resting above. But you know, the market right now is slightly, well, from the higher time frame, it's bearish right now. We broke structure here, pushed down mid low, lower high, lower low, broke structure, pull back, broke structure again. So we're breaking structure to the downside as we moving lower, so that the trend, if you want to say, is kind of reversed right now, and it could be just for a short period of time. Just a pullback, maybe want to test the supply area, then break higher. So this could just be a deeper retracement on a reversal to test this area of demand again and break higher, and then take out structure here to the top side, which would be a major area structure, and then we can look for a demand setup. So let's see we'll kind of just see what unfolds throughout the day. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and call it, take a few trades, some quick scalps there. And I'm not going to kind of push the envelope. So if you're trading, please be safe, guys. We are getting ready to wrap up the year, moving to the new year next week, and hopefully the volume starts to pick back up even more, and we get a lot more trading activity, because you guys know that trading the Nasdaq 100, even with the ES, I mean, it's not been much going on. And looking just here at the Nasdaq today, I mean, not a lot of activity, but you know, things will pick back up. If you're interested in joining the Discord, follow the link down in the description portion of the video. Click on the link, invite yourself in, and that's pretty much it. If you're not a sub or a subscriber at the time, please take the time to go ahead and sub by clicking on the subscribe button. Make sure to turn your post notifications on, and last but not least, drop a like on the video if you found value in the content, and I will see everyone in the next video. Take care.